All right, I'd like to welcome you to your first, completion of an assignment to watch the video. So good for you. My name is Bob Biega. I am the instructor for this course. MAT 126 is a technical math. It is a math for students in the specific manufacturing and industrial technology program, also for students in electricity electronics. I mean, it is at my college anyway. It is also a prerequisite for 150, which some students take this for their prereq for 150 instead of 85. Um, you know, I struggle with that. I struggle with students coming in to take this instead of the 85 or the 75 or whatever's out there, just because there's terminology that we use in certain areas of this course that if you're not in a program, you're going to be a little unfamiliar with it, and it could make you uncomfortable. I do try to set the course up so if you can just do the math, you're fine. You don't really need to understand how a circuit works or how to wire something or other aspects of the program. But there are prefixes that people in these programs are used to using and you may not be. But just try to get that down and you're probably okay. I mean, the first exam material is just algebra review stuff. After that, we kind of get into the circuitry, which, like I said, can be intimidating, but try not to let it be because it's trigonometry and Pythagorean theorem, things like that. So even if you're unfamiliar with the program, you can still be successful. But I'm just going to give you a fair warning that you're going to see some things that might be a little uncomfortable. I know the first time I taught this course, I was very uncomfortable because I'm not used to electricity, electronics, circuits, things, stuff like that. Okay, so I understand, but you got to do what you got to do. All right, I'm trying to find a good focus area. I think we're okay. Who knows? But for some reason, my camera is blurry, not syncing well, and I have no clue what to do. I need a tech guy in my house or girl, tech person in my house to help me sometimes. All right, but anyway, that's the deal with the course. Now, to be successful, you've got to be really, really good at pacing yourself. Now, I do give you due dates. Every 3 or 4 days, something's due. But normally, it's 2 to 3 or 4 assignments. So if you think about it, if I give you an assignment a due date every 3 or 4 days, smart money says to do one thing a day. Now, you may want to do 2 things every other day. What you don't want to do is 3 or 4 things in one day. That's just not a good recipe to be successful. Many try that, and very few succeed at that. Okay, everybody's different. There may be some of y'all that may be able to do that, but for the most part, especially once you get past things that you've seen before, it can be very, very intimidating and hard to be successful at. So I suggest you stay ahead of the game, get to work immediately after you watch this video, do 1 or 2 assignments, and then kind of from there pace yourself to usually give yourself a full day to review for your exam. Now, keep in mind, you must pass the final exam to pass the course, no matter what your grade is. So, what you should be doing is, as you take tests, do homework, do assignments, you should be using as little outside help as possible. Doesn't mean that you don't ask for help, doesn't mean that you don't, get help. What I'm saying is there's a lot of apps, websites, and people that can tell you what the answer is, but that's not helping you. That's just giving you answers. So it's fine to use these apps and these people, but try to get explanation on how to do it and try to use those avenues to learn, not to just get answers, because it doesn't matter if you make 100 on every test. If you make a 40 on the final, you fail. Okay? And it always amazes me that students make hundreds on tests and they fail the final, and I know what's going on. I mean, there's only so much test anxiety in this world to justify dropping 60 points on a test. Okay, sorry. It's more than test anxiety. And the best way to increase your anxiety is to not be prepared for a test and know you're not prepared. Why do you think you get anxiety? Most times because you know you're not prepared. So do what you can to alleviate the anxiety by truly preparing yourself. I mean, that's just what I tell my students on campus every day. I mean, you know, when you review for tests, don't use your notes. Okay. I mean, so I'm just trying to get you prepared to pass that final because I know what happens and I hate it when it happens, when I have to fail a student because they failed the final. So please do what I tell you. I've been doing this a long time and I know what it takes to be successful. Okay, so don't procrastinate, work ahead. Okay. If you get stuck on something, I'm going to show you in the class tour. There's ways you can email me from the question you're working on. There's help in the questions. Okay. So you must take it upon yourself to ask me for help. It's not that hard. Just do it. And I will do what I can to help you via email. Okay. It's not always easy, but I'll do what I can. Check your email frequently. I try to send out emails 1, 2, 3 times a week. Kind of just keep it in touch. So please make sure that you're reading your email. If you're not seeing emails from me, you better check your junk folder or whatever it's called, because they should be there. How else do we communicate? So make sure you're checking the email account you've listed with Pearson. Okay. So I'm going to end this video here. I don't like to keep my videos too long, just because I know, we get bored. So please watch the class tour video. I'll take you through, all aspects of the course and show you where things are located. So it's really, really a good informative video. All right. So again, good luck. Hope everyone does well.